Very, very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for coming. As always, it's a pleasure to welcome you, to host you. And but today is extra special. And today is extra special because we are making some giant leaps today. A giant leap in innovation. And just to give you a little bit of a context, we announced a new strategy in February 2011, where we said we will move to the Windows platform as one of the pillars. And we've been launching devices over the last 2 years across price bands, the whole portfolio. But today, we believe we will give you reasons to switch. And for that and more, I'd like to introduce Mr. P. Balaji, who's our new managing director. Most of you would know him because he's an industry veteran, has been in the telecom industry for 20 years. I told him 2 decades, and 2 decades sounds really old. But he's been here. I know most of you know him, and he's worked with most blue chip telecom companies. And with that, I'd like to welcome you, Balaji. And
thank you so much. Thank you very much, Poonam. And good afternoon and welcome to all of you. I'm thankful on behalf of Nokia that all of you have made the time to be here with us. Today that we're going to launch our entire portfolio of Windows Phone 8 today. I've titled my presentation Innovating the Future, and I'd like to start for a little bit talking about the Nokia strategy. We believe that we have to bring great mobile devices and great experiences to the consumers in the marketplace. That is the core of what we do best and have always been doing. Across 3 dimensions. 1, the smartphones. 2, it's about bringing internet services to the next billion. And 3, in the space of future disruptions, whether it's user experiences, whether it's design, or power management and other areas. That's something that we believe very strongly and innovate all the time. And the clear differentiation for us as a company is the location platform, that we provide location-based services and applications that are innovative and add value to consumers across the market. I will today focus, as Poonam said, a lot more on the smartphone. A quick word on this. 2011, as Poonam rightly pointed out, was when we decided to announce our new strategy, and that was that our principal platform was going to be Microsoft Windows for our smartphones. We have been working extremely closely with Microsoft on multiple dimensions. On one, we bring our design and hardware capabilities that allows to drive that ecosystem across multiple price points for different customer segments. On another, our location-based platform is something that is being integrated as we speak in the source code of the Microsoft Windows Phone. Therefore, it means that we are actually working grounds up to develop and grow this ecosystem on an ongoing basis. We also, on top of this, add the Nokia differentiators in order to make sure that the Lumia range is compelling to our consumers, whether it's in the area of imaging, to our PureView technology, whether it's in the area of the domain of displays, to our Pure Motion HD+, or to our services, music or location otherwise. We bring innovation, and therefore we're able to kind of add value in the marketplace, and we will win big in smartphones. Globally, last year, analysts assessed that 1.6 billion phones were sold, of which over 40% were smartphones. Contrast that with India, we're talking about 185 million phones sold in 2012, industry sources, of which 10% were smartphones. However, over 40% in terms of value. This is going to dramatically change in the times to come. We believe, based on industry analysis and sources, that while today 10% of all phones sold are smartphones, come 2015, we're looking at about 30%, 33%, every third phone being sold being a smartphone. The question is, what are the drivers for this to happen in India? For one, it's the power of mobility combined with the power of cloud and broadband that's going to make it happen. If you look at mobility and broadband, it is being enabled by operators that are basically rolling out networks as we speak, whether it's 3G, whether it's LTE or Wi-Fi hotspots. And all of this bring mobility and broadband in a very compelling way to the consumer in the marketplace. On the devices side, the affordability quotient is being driven down by device players. And on the application and services side, it's a very, very vibrant ecosystem that we have in India. Along with that, the policy framework which is being evolved is ensuring that all of these things will come in a very compelling manner to make affordability and reach happen much faster in India than ever before. And we do believe, as a virtue of all these three things coming together, that the mobile device would be the first internet data and service experience for a lot of consumers in India. In India, we expect that applications will grow faster than global. If you take last year, the assessment was nearly 31 billion applications were downloaded globally, of which India contributed roughly 1.5 billion, which is roughly 5%. If you just kind of look at the growth over the next 3 to 4 years, expected 67% CAGR globally, nearly 80% in India. It means that in 2015, that number of 1.5 is going to be more like 10 billion applications downloaded in India alone. That's a huge growth by any stretch of imagination. We listened to consumers and said, let's look a little bit deeper and see what's actually working when you look at the VAS and application space. We figured out that at the mass level, it is about ringtones, it's about themes, it's about traditional VAS. But as you kind of circle around and funnel it towards the smartphone arena, a lot more things are happening. Social is big, music is big, chat, games, location-based services, applications for productivity and utilities, streaming and VoIP. All of these things are emerging as important trends as you look at the smartphone revolution coming up. What are we doing in order to address this demand? If you look at the Windows Phone application ecosystem, 24 months, and from 7,000, we are now at 120,000 applications. 300 plus being added every day as we speak. Nearly 24,000 publishers and differentiated apps across a whole range of genres. If you look at this, it gives you a very clear indication that the Windows Phone ecosystem basically straddles a whole bunch of applications across genres, be it social, personal, utility, or professional, to take care of the needs of consumers. And all the big brands are actually seeing value in investing in the growth of this ecosystem. Innovation is at the heart of Nokia. I've just put some of this to highlight what we did in 2012 in the area of applications and services, because that is very key for the proliferation of smartphones and for Nokia from a strategy point of view on winning in smartphones. The logos out there represent different services that we've launched. Browser, music, Nearby, Mixed Radio, PureView, the Here, which was a new platform that we launched for the location platform, whether it's applications like Maps, Drive, Transit, City Lenses, Transport, a whole bunch of things that we did. All of these were to bring innovation to the consumers. So when I said we're going to be betting on the Windows Phone platform, that's part of our strategy. When I said that we'll bring innovation to the marketplace, that's part of our strategy to win in the smartphone arena. And the fact is that our consumers have loved it. These are stats just in the Indian context. When you look at the browser and we look at the downloads that are happened using it, in 2 months of launch, over 1.1 million downloads on that applications. On the music, 1.5 million downloads a day translates into 10 million a week, the largest music services in the country. Looking at Nokia Maps, already we have over 1 million active users. And on the Nokia Store, on a monthly basis, we are seeing 80 million downloads. All of these are very useful for us to establish our innovation credentials in the consumer's mind, and also to be able to reach out to operators who are very happy to collaborate with us to add more value to our consumers. Last year, we introduced 5 phones on the Windows Phone platform. And these straddled an entire price range and made sure that we could bring a Lumia phone into every user's hands. All of these things have actually come in a very, very timely manner. And if I were to look at the reason for us to be here today, which is to unveil what's going to happen in 2013, before I do so and bring our innovation credentials, I would like to request my colleague Vipul Mehrotra, who's the head of smart devices in India, to come on stage. Hi, welcome. And may I request us to play the audio visual before Vipul introduces the whole product portfolio.
Good afternoon. Well, welcome on my behalf also. This is truly, like Poonam said, an exciting day, and 3 devices we talked about today: the Lumia 920, the Lumia 820, and the Lumia 620. But before I jump into the devices, I want to share with you, why we do things the way we do. So why do we do what we do, which is the smart devices, the smartphone strategy. This is a thought process that goes behind every time we build a phone, every time we concept a phone. Now Nokia will add differentiators to our devices. We believe experiences are the ones that differentiate devices. Experiences built on hardware and software. Experiences are as important as the price point. Our experiences are built on 3 pillars. This is where Nokia will continue to differentiate. This is where we differentiate with competition today, and we will continue to differentiate on 3 pillars when it comes to smartphones. This is how we will regain our smartphone leadership. 3 pillars, very clear strategy. First pillar, it says here capture and relay, but it is about imaging. It is about imaging and video. To provide our consumers the best imaging and video experience on a handheld device, on a smartphone. That is our pillar number 1. We've talked about pure view in the past. We will talk about it today in one of our products. Discover and enjoy. This is about entertainment. Entertainment on the go, smart entertainment. Entertainment that is DRM free, that is shareable, and so on and so forth. This is about the Nokia music asset that we've been talking about for many years. This is another key differentiator for us. This is what sets us apart from competition when it comes to smartphones. And then explore and navigate. Simple word, location. A smartphone platform today, location is an essential ingredient of a smartphone platform today. It differentiates not only the platform, but many services that run on the platform. The Nokia Here Maps, Nokia Here Drive, City Lens, and the other assets that we have, again, set us apart from competition. Balaji mentioned, the Windows Phone OS will now include by default the Nokia Maps asset. So when our competition builds devices on the Windows Phone OS, which we believe is a great thing for the ecosystem, they will include the Windows Phone operating system that includes Nokia map assets. This is a horizontal play from our side. So 3 key pillars: imaging, entertainment, and location. But of course, design is an essential attribute in our product creation, and that's something we will continue to differentiate with design. And then at the bottom, I have a list of partners, Microsoft being our most important partner here, building the ecosystem with them, and the assets that they bring to the ecosystem, from MS Office to Zoom to Xbox and Internet Explorer, SkyDrive, and so on and so forth, and our other partners like Qualcomm, JBL, and Carl Zeiss. So this is our 3 pillars for our smartphones. This is how we will differentiate, and I will try to bring some of these to life during our presentation today. Our presentation today is more of a show and tell. It is less of a lot of text and a lot of heavy text slides. More show and tell. We want you to experience what we're talking about. We want you to experience what we're going to lead with. So 3 devices: the Lumia 920, the Lumia 820, and the Lumia 620. A host of colors, yellow being one of them. I didn't have a red one, but yellow will be one of them. Yellow will be a lead color on the Lumia 920. The 820, again, a host of colors: red, yellow, black, white. And then the Lumia 620. Again, a fabulous array of colors here too, and accessories that are matched with these in terms of colors too. And I'll come to those later. So 3 new devices, the new Windows Phone 8 range from Nokia, 3 new devices, 920, 820, and 620. Let me get back to 920 in the end. Let me just very quickly touch upon the 820 first. So the Lumia 820. In our opinion, this is one of the most versatile devices that we have built in terms of value for money, in terms of sleekness, in terms of design. This is powered by a dual-core processor, fabulous screen, 4.3-inch screen. It has exchangeable shells and so on and so forth. You can put shells different colors. You can also have your customized shells. It also has a micro SD card. It is a full-fledged smartphone in a very, very compact fashion, and it has great value for money. This is the Lumia 820. The Lumia 620. The Lumia 620 is by the way, is the most recently announced device from Nokia. The Lumia 620, the best-in-class specs, dual-core, front-facing camera, NFC, Nokia Music, and a host of other differentiators is the Lumia 620. Colors is a very strong story in the Lumia 620. But the most important phone that I want to talk about today, not saying the 820 and 620 are not important, but in terms of how we are leading in the smartphone race, it is the Lumia 920. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the most innovative smartphone in the market today. We started by saying this is the world's most innovative smartphone. It is the most innovative smartphone. None of the Apples, none of the Samsung, none of the HTCs come close to this device. None of the operating systems that you have out there. This is the most innovative smartphone today in the market, the most. I'm going to have a colleague of mine come up soon. Together, we're going to do a show and tell to prove to you why we believe this is the most innovative smartphone in the market today. But don't take our word for it only. Look at what your colleagues in the rest of the world, where we have launched this a few weeks ago, a month and a half ago, have been saying and have been talking about the Lumia 920. Let me pull out a few quotes here. The first one on top. This has a better camera than iPhone, a better screen, it's sharper, it's gorgeous. Nokia deserves money, applause, and hugs. That's one quote. Stunning. Probably the best word to use when describing the Lumia 920's pure view camera, especially at low light. And we will show that to you. We will try to convince you with a live demo here, and of course you're welcome to try these demos out once the press conference is through. Let's look at another one here. Nokia is aggressive, this is from The Verge, aggressively adding software to the platform. We're adding value to the platform. Just as aggressively, we're quoting third-party developers to build exclusive apps on the platform. So we have invested a lot of our own R&D in the platform. We're putting apps like location, surveillance, and so on and so forth. Plus, we're working with partners to bring exclusive apps to our ecosystem. Let me show you another slide here. 12 awards received by the Lumia 920. 12 awards. Let me pick up a few here. Gizmodo. Reader's Choice Award 2012 in Australia for the 920. And we were very proud when that happened. CNET, the most advanced Windows phone as yet. There's an IF there. IF is an international design forum, international forum of design. Renowned designers across the world sit together as a jury and decide. This year, 2012, they decided the 920 is the best design, gets the best design award, is the Lumia 920. The BGR, the best AT&T smartphone in the US, the Lumia 920. So we said it, we claimed that the 920 is the world's most innovative smartphone. Your colleagues and your counterparts in the rest of the world have acknowledged it, validated it, and today, colleague of mine and I, we will actually show it to you and prove it to you that this is the world's most innovative smartphone. Let me move on. Let's take this one at a time. So I'm going to take 3 or 4 aspects of the 920. 3 or 4 aspects, there's a host of aspects. I'm going to choose only 3 or 4 and show them to you today and demo them to you today. The first one, the screen. This is what we call an HD plus screen. It's not HD, it is HD plus. It's an LCD display, but it's HD plus. Better than HD. 1280 into 768, better than HD. We call the screen the Pure Motion HD plus screen. Pure Motion is a brand, is a definition of a very smooth image screen. Smooth images across the screen. You don't get flickers, you don't get blurs. The screen is very smooth when you transition between web pages, when you're doing location and drive and things like that. The transition from screen to screen to screen in today's smartphones, you always see a little flicker, a little daggered, transition. This is the smoothest image transition that you will see on the screen. Let me play an AV. So I'm going to call for an AV now to show you and explain to you and articulate to you what Pure Motion is all about. Please, can you play the AV?